Somebody just put down in the comments that CBS is bending. They are all bending the knee. They are all. We are officially an oligarchy. Officially. The only power we have is to vote. And that's for now, because one of those resolutions that they are putting forth is to restrict people from voting. Yeah, Mark, is that his name? Mark Elias? I think that's his name. Democracy Docket, Mark Elias. I know his last name is Elias. I don't know why I want to say Marvin, but I think it's Mark Elias. He did a video talking about how dangerous that resolution is, because what they are trying to do is they are trying to make it a requirement for you to have proof of citizenship, not just ID, proof of citizenship to register to vote in this country. Thank you. It is Mark Elias. Thank y'all. To register to vote. And what they want people to do, new voters, is they want people to register to vote in person. In a lot of states, you can register to vote online. And you only need a copy of your picture ID, right? Or your driver's license number or whatever, proof of an ID of some sort, right? And you can use a passport to register to vote or to vote. To register to vote, the reason why they will accept a passport is because in order to get the passport, you have to show proof of citizenship, a birth certificate, if you will, right? And so they're trying to, but it differs across different states what is needed for you to register to vote. But in any case, any instance, you have to show ID to register to vote and to vote, okay? They want to make it harder by specifically saying that in order to register to vote, you have to show proof of citizenship. And to show proof of citizenship, it would have to be a birth certificate or a passport. And I just explained why the passport is acceptable, because in order to get the passport, you have to show proof of citizenship, which is your birth certificate. For a lot of people move around. I was born in Miami, Florida, right? So, and I haven't lived in Florida in 25 years. I keep my documents with me, but there are a lot of people who do a lot of moving around and they don't have their birth certificate, but they are legal citizens in this country. And so then what do you have to do if you want to register to vote in the new state that you are in? You have to reach out to your born state. That's what I'm going to call it, your born state, or the state that you were born in, and reach out to the Health and Human Services Department to start the process of getting and it has to be certified, getting a certified copy of your birth certificate. Hey, Tarshell. And they ain't giving that to you for free. They are not giving that certified copy of your birth certificate to you for free. You have to pay for that. And in some cases, it could be, do I pay for my copy of my birth certificate, or do I have money or gas for the week. Vital statistics, thank you, Department of Vital Statistics. So for some people, it's a toss-up. It's not easily affordable. I think the last time I had to get a certified copy of my birth certificate, it was $10. And that was some years ago. So I know it's much more money now. And then think about how they are trying to cut funding on the federal level for some of these agencies, right? So if they cut funding for some of these agencies, then you know layoffs will happen. So how long will it take you to get a copy of your much needed documents? So listen here, Black people, because this affects us the most. Black and brown people, this will affect us the most. If you don't have a certified copy of your birth certificate, start the process now. If you don't have a certified copy of your kids' birth certificates, it don't matter the reason. It does not matter the reason. If you don't have that very vital piece of identification, start the process now. Because all the shenanigans tells me that you will need proof of citizenship because of who the man in charge will be and because of the policies and the rules of laws that he's going to implement are going to be favored based on Project 2025. Please start the process now. Please start the process now. It is what it is. Remember I told you here in Georgia, I did a video about this. They've got the same law down in Florida. They've got the same law over in Texas. They can legally stop you now to ask for proof of citizenship. Remember I did a video and I said we are back in the era of slavery times where you have to show people your papers. You're going to have to show your papers, especially if you are a black and brown person. Because in Georgia, in Texas, and in Florida, it is legal for the police department to stop you under suspicion that you are here illegally. If you've been following me for a while, you've probably seen that video. Y'all can go back in the video archives. Hey, Aisha. Black and brown people, hear me. If you don't have proof of citizenship and what is considered an acceptable form of proof of citizenship is your birth certificate and your passport. The reason why your passport is an acceptable form of proof of citizenship is because in order to get that passport, you have to show proof of citizenship. And that proof of citizenship is your birth certificate. If you don't have in your access one or the other, please start the process now to have this documentation. It will be vital. Now, why am I specifically saying that? Because the news is reporting that Donald Trump will be sworn in on Monday. On Tuesday, they will start rounding people up. I've heard they will start, Chicago will be affected, New York will be affected, and there was some other state that was going to be affected. But I know for sure Chicago and New York, they will start their whole mass deportation rounding up process. please make sure that you have a copy of your birth certificate with you. I hate that we are here. I hate that we are here. I hate that we are here. And remember the video that I did? Warning, I forget which state it was already. Portland, Michigan, Portland. I just did a video warning people about a letter. Thank you for the super chat. I'm on my phone, so it looks different. I don't know who sent me that super chat. Thank you so much, though. Thank you so much. Remember the letter that was showing up? I did a video talking about the letter that was showing up in people's mailboxes, telling other people to write down the license plates. That video, encouraging people, and if they're in the line to pick up their kids from school, if they are in the parking lot at their local grocery stores, in the parking lot at their churches, this letter is encouraging, telling other people to write down the license plates of brown people that they see going about their business. And to take those license plate numbers and turn them over to the Department of Justice. And so your license plate number, because Nosy Susie said, oh, that looks like an illegal right there, I better write their license plate number down. And she sends your license plate number over to the Department of Justice, and your license plate number gets flagged, and you're off minding your own business and get pulled over. Please have your birth certificate on you. I hate this is what my ancestors had to deal with. They could be stopped by anyone. They could be stopped by anyone on the street. Any white person could stop my ancestors on the street. What you doing here, gal? What you doing here, boy? And they would have to produce a letter, or they would have to produce their freedom papers to prove that they had a right to be where they were. They were there because they were free to be there, or they were there because Massa gave them permission to be there. And they would have a letter from Massa. This is where we are now. This is where we are. This is where we are. But MAGA nuts will tell you that they aren't racist. MAGA nuts will tell you that Donald Trump and his people aren't racist. But this is the type of stuff that they are pushing to implement. These are the laws that they are putting in place. But they want to tell you to your face that they aren't racist. This is what they voted for. And you have some MAGA nuts out there that are bold and would tell you this is exactly what we voted for. Donald Trump is going to put you Negroes back in your place.